Alexander does. He gets that little lean back jumper. He was also aggressive here, as you could see him around the rim, that time with his own putback. But this is the shot that has defined Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's season and really the last several seasons for him. It's that 18 to 20-foot jump shot off the dribble in a one-on-one setting, and he was able to get to that. And I thought it calmed his team down. When you start to see your best player operate with efficiency, everybody starts to calm down, and then they stay in their lane, and then Oklahoma City's defense took over.
Because he wasn't shooting well in the first half.
Right.
He only had 11 points in the first half. It wasn't just their offense, though, in the second half. If you think about the defense, they calmed Julius Randle. And then, of course, in the fourth quarter, we'll get to a little bit more of Anthony Edwards, but at the end of the day, he had 0 points. So when you look at what the defense was able to do for OKC, what impressed you the most?
You know, think about what OKC did this year as a team. These things shouldn't go together. Number one, in defending the three-point line while defending the paint at the highest level. Like, those two things shouldn't go together. And also giving up the fewest points in transition. That's what this team is defensively. That's their identity. And you saw that on full display in the second half. Outscored them 70-40 in the second half. And this defense swarming, picking up every 50-50 ball, the activity with their hands. And I just thought they made Minnesota's life miserable. Minnesota took 50 three-point shots in this game, almost twice as many as two-point shots. That's not who they are as a team. And Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards, of course, not able to get anything in the paint at all. Not enough balance in their offense.
Just real quick, what's your level of concern when it comes to Ant's ankle?
Very, because when this game was still within reach, 10, 12-point game in the fourth quarter, Anthony Edwards has erased those deficits by himself. He could not get to that shot going left where he pushes off his right foot to get separation. This is the play. He hurts it. I believe it's the first quarter. The entire second half, he did not take any jump shots going to his left, which requires you to push off on your right foot. He might not say it after the game. He might want to ignore it. I think it's a factor. At least in this game, it was. His aggressiveness was taken away from him from that point on. It's not an excuse. OKC played great. They dominated in the second half, but it was a factor. You can't deny it. He'll have 48 hours to figure it out for game two.
It is something to watch before Thursday's game. That's Tim Legler.
That subscribe button, please make sure you hit the like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. We want to thank you sincerely, everybody at Nightcap, especially Ocho and I, for all the support, all the continued support and the loyalty that you've shown us through the first 2 years of this podcast. Thank you very much. Because of you, you allow us to be us and do great things. So thank you so much again for your support. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We do have it in stock. Now, if you cannot find Shea by Laportier in a store, a city, or a state near you, order it online. We'll ship it directly to your door. Best tasting VSOP cognac on the market. Please drink responsibly and stay safe. Go follow my media company page on all of its platforms, Shea Media, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. And the link is pinned in the chat. Supplies are limited. So once the supplies are gone, they're gone. So please grab yours while supplies last. Thunder beat the Wolves. SGA in game one, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals. The first 30-point game of the Western Conference Finals by a Thunder player since KD in 2016. Points in the paint, Thunder 54, T-Wolves 20. Nick, as I mentioned earlier in the lead-in, this was a very close game at the half. And in the second half, it's like the Thunder stepped on the gas and made the Wolves play for every time they turned the ball over. They made them play the ultimate price. They cashed in. They laying it up. They got fouled, or they're making threes. What is it how are the Thunder able to do this? They able to get to a gear, and seemingly other teams can't keep up with them.
I think tonight, I think Minnesota played right into their hands. And Minnesota kept the ball above the free throw line pretty much the whole night. So it was easy for OKC's defense to play boxes and elbows. So anytime they had the ball up top, they're looking at 3 defenders, a guy on the ball and 2, at the elbows, and they had no driving lanes and they didn't cut. So anytime somebody put the ball on the ground, OKC got active hands.
Extra hands.
They're going to get deflections, and those deflections normally turn into steals. So I think, that first game is a field game. They're going to figure it out as far as what adjustments they need to make, both teams. But Minnesota got to move the ball, and they got to change their offense a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm looking at, they only had 2 guys in double figures. Ant was 5 of 13, 3 of 8 from the 3. Julius Randle was great again, 28 points. He was 9 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 6 from the 3-point line, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 28 big points, but you got 7 points from McDaniels, 2 points from Rudy Gobert, 7 points from Mike Conley. Like I said, only 2 players in double figures. And when you got the opposing team, they got 4 players in double figures. That leaves a lot. That leaves a lot for you to try to make up from your bench. And if you look at it, OKC has the better of the 2 benches. So now you're going to really need to rely heavily on your starters in order for you to have a chance to win this game. Ocho, you looking at Timberwolves. I know you like the Timberwolves and Ant-Man. What disappointed you most about what you saw from the OKC Thunder
Obviously,
tonight?
from the Thunder, no. Well, no. The
Excuse me, the
Wolves,
T-Wolves tonight.
Well, first off,
Yes.
offensively, right? Everybody, the game started off very slow. Obviously, Julius Randle had a good first half, but I need Ant-Man to be a little bit more aggressive offensively. The rest of the team collectively as a group. I'm not talking about the bench. I'm talking about the starters. Before we even get to the bench, I need them to have better movement. You know, it seemed like everybody was very stagnant, standing in one place. I understand the pick and rolls, but nothing seemed like it was flowing smoothly, and they weren't working as a unit, you know, cohesively. Outside of that, listen, the Thunder did what they needed to do. Defensively, they smothered them, and it seemed like every shot, Nick, I know I'm not tripping, every shot that the Wolves tried to take, it not only was it contested, it seemed like it was difficult for them to even get a goddamn shot off.
Yeah.
It's Randle to make the right play and knock down the open shot. If he can continue to do that, he's going to put this team on his back.
And that's been the evolution of his game. Stephen A., you and I have covered this league and some of its biggest stars, you for far longer than me. You covered Michael Jordan, who our Mark Jones reported that Ant actually reached out to. He said that he wanted to be able to learn from someone like Jordan. I know that Ant has told me, I don't want the comparisons, I want to be my own Anthony Edwards. But I don't know that there is another player who has sort of taken that mantle since LeBron James.
One of the things about Michael Jordan is that he could spot a softie a mile away, and somebody that didn't want it. You know, I had all the skills in the world, but if you didn't have that extra something inside your chest, they knew they could snatch your heart right from under you. It didn't get to a point where they were kicking in the door. They didn't have to. They damn near didn't have to knock because they knew you didn't have it. That's not the case here with OKC. It's not the case here with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This team is loaded. They're deep. They're ferocious defensively. They're the #1 team in the NBA. They know it. They have felt that way the last 2 years, and they're coming to make noise. The only thing to stop them in their tracks is a superstar that rises to the occasion, that says we've seen it done in NBA history before, and I'm going to be the latest to do it now. When we look at Anthony Edwards, who amongst us doubt that he has that inside of himself to say, I've had enough. I'm going to answer the call. We all know he has it in him. We'll see if he brings it this series.
You even heard LeBron at the end of the Lakers series, all right, say, go get it. Go take that next step. Anthony Edwards has been asked to answer that call. Can I tell you guys one of my favorite little subplots, though, of this series? This is a showdown between family, between cousins, between SGA and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. They're actually born just 52 days apart. Look at how cute they are. They've been close their entire lives.
Oh, they're cute.
But now, it's more, Perk.
Right there.
Here they are, about to face off against one another. Let's take a listen.
Chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng với tiêu đề là con gấu. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm nha. Ô, ta nói to quen rồi á. Bây giờ ta nói bình thường nó còn to ạ. Con đi đâu không? Bố ta toàn dạy con gái như dạy con trai, dạy con gái đi đâu ăn to nói lớn, dạy con gái xách quần dưới rốn. Bé có biết gì đâu.
Đi vô túi. Cầm hơi bỏ nó suốt rồi không nghe.
Của em Teo.
Con uống thuốc kiểu con không uống à?
Thuốc uống xong rồi uống.
Xong mà chế ngàn thế là cho uống đi.
Nó vừa mới uống sữa xong.
Cho nó uống sữa cho nó được xong hết.
Nãy nó uống sữa nước tắm vào đây, dòng tắm là 20.
Mình dám chừng.
con gái cái kiểu thế thôi.
Đây, cưới này còn nhanh quá, cưới không?
Vâng, sau tí nữa còn này.
Công an thì cho hết một cái đoạn. Còn kia làm cái đoạn tiếp về. Ôi giời ơi.
Ê, để xem mình mua hoa quả, mụ xe, chuối làm đầy tóc, giảm cân.